Yeah, it was before. Thank you. Okay, cool. I don't have to concern myself by thinking about it. um, you know, it's simply something that you say to yourself, "Oh, that would be nice," but like you want a bad boy in the streets, but a good boy in the hoodie. I wanted to keep it PG. Sorry. Invader. We've gotten the sniper invader, right? I believe. It's a red sniper that we're looking for here, folks. Yeah. We have the liquid invader. We need the other invader. Invader Zim. It's you guys watch much cartoons as an adult? And there's oh, I almost did the thing again. That's a difference, right? By cartoons, I mean things that are predominantly made for like a younger audience, not like anime, right? Anime is I feel very transcendent, and can be enjoyed and has so many like different topics and stuff. It can be enjoyed by a variety of people. But like Courage the Cowardly Dog, right? Or Teen Titans, or Kids on the Block, whatever. You guys remember that show where the kids lived in a treehouse and they had like a fucking base of operations that was enormous, and each one went by like a cool nickname of a number, right? You had number 1, who was like the badass bald guy with glasses, which now that I think about it looks a little bit like Not in Line, but it's an easy category to fill. Um, you guys see cartoons these days and appreciate them? I know some people with children out there. They watch a little bit of Bluey, a little bit of Peppa Pig, but that's not necessarily you going out of your way to watch it, right? But then there's some other cartoons that people really enjoy, like what is it? Is it Adventure Time or no? Adventure Time is the one with like Jake and the dog, right? Or the dog is called Jake, the artist formerly known as Dog Jake. Um, but there's an artist that has done like 2 or 3 series, and I believe they're all on Netflix, and they garnered like a little bit of a young adult slash new generation audience, right? Like I don't know their names, but something like that. Like, oh, the 2 best friends that always go on trips and solve quests for people. That's one thing. That has like, and obviously, I don't want to get too intellectual with you guys here, but Rick and Morty is as well like clearly an adult thing. I think that might have been like the last, cartoon that I've watched. And cartoon, no, you know what it was? Invincible, man. Invincible is a sick cartoon and definitely not for children. So, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Like, when was? Do you guys keep up with cartoons in this age? Because man, some of them are definitely worth watching. If you don't, don't knock them just because you're a little insecure about, someone looking over your window whenever you're watching and looking at your TV and seeing you're watching a cartoon, and now you're not invited to the adult barbecue party where they all smoke blunts and eat hot dogs with fries like children. The whole discourse about certain things being for children, whenever it comes to entertainment, okay, let's not get it twisted. I think it's there's definitely a line, but it's not something we should be judgy about, right? With generalizations are dangerous. But I'm mostly talking about let's apply a modicum of common sense, which that in itself is a whole other thing. You guys know common sense, really hard to grasp if you're not like in tune with society. First emote used, I think. I appreciate you. Very, very Twitch viewer review, Warzite. But you know what I'm talking about? Is this thing on? Hello? Of of people engaging with these things, right? Like I don't know. Like the more I think about it, it's simply like a rite of passage thing, because people still enjoy things that they were used to as a child. And fucking do it, by the way. That's how you maintain happiness in this fucked up world of ours, okay? You come home from an 8-hour shift and what, you're gonna do your fucking dishes? No, man, go play with a yo-yo or something, you know? Embrace the inner child. Don't lose yourself. Don't get it twisted. I think it's important for your psyche that that you don't lose that sense of wonder, you know? That sense of fun, that sense of you know, kind of chasing a not delusionally, but chasing this idea of entertaining yourself, you know, and without feeling shame. Again, to most things, not to everything. Man, these volcanoes are gonna be. Pompeii be like, here's some legendary volcanoes. Am I right? Am I right? Is this anything? Don't you guys think it's crazy how the Earth is formed? You guys ever study geology before? Shit's crazy, man. Formation of rivers and things like that. Ooh, Nidhogg. We just had you, but you're cool to look at. You know what I'm talking about? I think it's kind of cool to see how certain rock formations are done. And you know what's super cool as well? That I only learned like the past 6 or 7 years of my life, at least consciously, right? Like, or it's been pointed out. We've sucked this one off before, but you know, there's some knowledge that remains dormant in you until someone points out like exactly what it's, you know, what the words for it are, and then you're suddenly like attaining a new level of consciousness. But yeah, man, like the fact that it's just two landmasses colliding with one another with such force to create like these peak mountains of with some caldera below them and shit like that, like that shit's lava, right? It's coming from the center of the world. Dude, these anarchies are dropping like fries. Fries? Flies? Slurring my speech a little bit, but don't worry. You guys ever slur your speech and that gets you kicked out of the family function? or you instead just go sit with your grandparents? Am I right? Am I right? Oh man, anybody's parents sometimes get a little, you know, too much of a drinky poo, and I'm not talking about the energy drink variety, and they say some fucked up shit at the function. Cause I've definitely had that happen to me. I was it was a Christmas you know, not party, but like a Christmas, you know, family time with my ex. And you know, my mother came over, and it was my ex, her parents, her brothers, and her grandmother as well. And look, I was raised in a household that takes a lot of things very logically, and so we like to discuss things beyond, like, even if they're not kosher to discuss, it's really interesting to bring certain points, right? And I'm not talking about like being racist, but in a cool, like, you know, intellectual way. I'm just talking about hard topics in a way that is very open and full of logic, right? We don't, other than, like, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I hate talking about, you know, things that involve nether regions with other people and them touching and copulating with one another with your parents. I'm personally not that type of guy, but I understand that a lot of new age people out there, it's something you're entirely comfortable with doing, which I think it's kind of cool, quite frankly. I you know, I applaud having that type of relationship with your parents and being comfortable enough to talk about that certain sort of thing. Ooh, hello. But this was not one of those things. Mother had like a couple of drinks, and by a couple of drinks I mean in the literal sense, like it was one like gin and tonic plus like half a gin and tonic. And she started talking with the grandma a little bit, and there's a reason why, right? Like, grandma was the only one like bringing up the hard topics and not and not just talking about, oh, the weather's nice, those presents are nice, right? She's putting a little bit of sauce on it. She's like, you know, back in my day, we used to say all this kind of fucked up shit. And then my mom joined in because, again, she's taking things logically and not in a racist way. And so she's, you know, trying to engage with the conversation. And because it was an actually thought-provoking conversation instead of something that is just, you know, so, how's school, kids? Which, by the way, I'm also a fan of. If you ever want to like discuss real shit, that's who I am. That's what I resonate with. But either way, you know, there is a limit to what you can discuss in a very nuanced manner in a public setting, I guess, or with people who don't know you very well, right? Like there's several topics I can talk about with my friends, which is completely fine, right? Like there's no danger of like us misunderstanding each other and thinking that like one of us is like racist or sexist or anything like that. But you know, whenever you bring that to the public consciousness, to the marketplace of ideas, it gets a little complicated, right? And I think we're a little bit lesser for it. The fact that we can't just openly talk about several topics makes it so people develop these extremist views in private, right? To the point then where they get so radicalized that whenever it does come to the public, it's fucked up shit, right? Because you've been in an echo chamber for so long. So that's why I think, you know, talking about shit, you know, openly helps foster a sense of understanding for sides, and kind of act. Ooh, legendary over there. We'll come back to you in a second. And fosters an environment of, you know, let's think a little bit critically about all this stuff. I don't know. Maybe you know that's just that's just me. But I wish we could talk about things in a more open setting. Anyways, without like having to worry about constantly being misunderstood, right? Regardless, that conversation that they had, I was quickly, you know, turning different shades of tomato. Because you know, the grandmother talked about how they use certain terms to call certain people and it was fine because it's just what people did and it wasn't harming anyone, which is quite of an ignorant way to, you know, yeah, because you're not being called like a cracker or something like that, you know, and you're not like an oppressed group, so even if you are called a cracker, you're still like, you know, the only thing that's getting hurt is your feelings. You're not getting home and getting beat over it. So you know, there's levels of you can always talk about those topics, but it has to be like, you know, in proper fucking settings or whatever. Which fine, I guess I understand. It makes sense. Ooh, a Crux. Crux have been acquired already, so it's not something we enjoy. But yeah, what do you guys ever had those situations with either your parents or some grandparents going a little off the rails, you know, diverging from the scripts that they should have been given apparently before interacting with family members that are outside of their own? It was funny, don't get me wrong, it's funny to reminisce about, but whenever you're in the moment, it's always a little bit of a worrying time. But you know, we move on. It creates a little bit of a funny memory to talk about later on. Guys ever look, I did not, growing up, I didn't have what you would call a normal childhood, I don't think. In many ways, not just the one, right? So I experienced the volatile class market growing up, right? So in my early years, we were extremely poor. To like, you know, one story that my mom always tells me is that whenever in the house that we were at, or you know, we would wake up to like slugs crawling on like next to our pillows, right? And now you might say, oh, pillow, how very 1% of you, how very poor of you. Look, okay, there's, depending on the country that you live in, poor means different things. So maybe poor is like not the right word. Maybe just, you know, we definitely lived in houses with like very, with low living quality, I guess. I don't know. I feel like removing words from the vocabulary just to like people are always worse off. Okay, I'm talking about my experience. And then as I grew up, you know, I experienced the how mobile class is for some people and how people can move on from like lower class to like middle class, right? Or at least lower middle class for sure. And it was interesting to look back on because as a kid I never noticed it. I was never much of the kind to be like, oh man, I don't have like the coolest sneakers, or oh man, my house sucks. I gave very little shit about that. I was just about, you know, can I go play can I go play with Jimmy? I want to go spend the night at his house, not because it's nicer, but simply because I want to have a fun time. You know, those were the days before consciousness really kicked in, right? I was just being a little dumb kid enjoying my life. And so we went from like living in a one. Ooh, this is what I'm talking about. 367. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Dude, look at that. Yeah. Hermano. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to be our gun now. Finally, man. Finally. Am I doing this? Yeah, I am. So you go straight to the garbage, and you can now also say hi to the garbage. So it was an interesting thing to, again, look back on and seeing how maybe it affected how I see the world, right? Having now, you know, somewhat grown up. In many ways I haven't. And so, and then we had to do like a big move at some point, which then reset us actually, because the new country had new, you know, living situations, had new costs. And so we pretty much started, you know, by the end of my tenure at the previous place, I was living in a pretty large house, especially whenever in comparison to what I was living in, you know, whenever I was 3 years old. But then, you know, by the time I was, I don't know, I don't want to give too much of a timeline, but by the time I was a little bit older, we definitely were like, you know, extremely privileged. And then whenever we swapped to a different location, we went straight back to square one, brother. We started living in apartments. And again, this isn't to shame anybody. This is simply like my personal life. And, you know, it is a downgrade, like, in a literal sense, right? Not in a qualitative sense. I'm not saying, you know, ooh, yeah, we've had guns before. I'm not saying that living in an apartment is bad at all, right? Like you got penthouses and stuff, but we were not living in a penthouse. It was a relatively like small flat, and but yeah, we made it work. Especially me as a kid, not really giving a shit. I think I was a good kid in those terms. I never, you know, never really compared myself to the other kids much. I was never like, oh, but this kid has a Supreme t-shirt. I need to have I think not having social media back then helps a ton with that, right? Because you don't have like a million other things to compare yourself to. So you're very locked in to your own, like, ooh, to your own household. Which is kind of why I'm like, you know, maybe if kids didn't have access to social media this early these days, the world could be better. But at the same time, you gotta remember that it's not just about comparing yourself to privileged situations in terms of like monetary value. It's also about comparing it to, like, you know, you can figure out how strict your parents are. It's important to have peers, people who are like, you know, the same age as you and go to the same schools as you, to see the discrepancy before how they are treated by their parents, how they're treated by their parents, and how you are treated by your parents. And then you can be like, either, ooh, I'm lucky, or ooh, I need to contact social services, right? So I'm not saying that all sharing is bad from that an early age, but it's definitely not what gets like looked at a lot of the time, right? People are just, or kids, you know, they're still figuring out what trauma is. So they're not gonna know how fucked up they are until they reach adulthood, I guess. this is why moving out whenever you're going to university is probably a really good thing. You can see how, living alone feels like, and living with people who are very incompetent, perhaps. Oh man, can we spin the yarn back to the origin of what we were talking about? Oh yeah, experiencing class mobility. Because depending on where you live, depending on your work or your parents' work, you can experience different sorts, right? Like everybody wants to, year over year make a little bit more money, right? Obviously, year over year you want to, be more recognized for the work that you do, right? You want to feel a sense of progression, just like in games, just like I'm getting to level 69 in game, just like I'm a level 1 goon in real life up to a level 99 mafia boss. You want to feel a little bit of mobility, and hopefully it's always like, if not vertical, diagonal, because if you're just horizontal the whole time, if you're just stagnated, you start to resent things, I feel, right? Depending on the kind of person that you are. Some people don't give a shit about that stuff, and I think that's great. Not necessarily great for the job market in general, right? Like, it's good to be demanding, it's good to put value where your work is. But it's not good to, like, constantly compare one another. Again, we're talking about very nuanced things here, right? It's not one take fits all. But it's about keeping a little bit of a conversation and understanding the how life is altered for some people. So yeah, whenever we moved, life changed a lot, and oh right, in other ways, other than just like the socioeconomic status, going to school, I believe. And again, this might contribute to my very, non-conformist self in a very in being quite combative. Not only because of my, mental issues, not issues, my mental quirks, I guess. That's a better way to put it for sure. But as well as how I was raised, right? Like, I never stayed in the same school for more than a year, because we moved around a lot, and that's like a very, there's some kids out there who also move around a lot, they, parents who are part of military and stuff like that, I know they get moved around a lot, or, parents that have to travel a lot, and I don't have specific examples for that, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh shit. Okay. Oh. Okay. Get a little bit of health back. Oh man, this is what yapping gets you, man. You can't be an amazing gamer and yap at the same time. Sometimes you gotta choose one. Well, look at this. I mean, we're locked in at this point, baby. There's nothing that can tear us down from here, right? Right? But yeah, I always moved around a lot, and so like I was always forced in a way, I guess. As a child, you're very social by nature, and so like making new friends, and so realizing that a lot of people are very different, and mingling with a lot of different like cultures with each new areas that we moved into. I felt that in the long run very beneficial. It gave me a lot of perspective on various different things. It's good. That's the thing, right? People who stay too long in like one place, they can fall into the sense of, again, it's sort of an echo chamber where you don't really realize how broad the world is until you're a very late age. And I think that's, not necessarily debilitating, but will definitely set you back a little bit whenever you're, made to deal with some difference in life, right? That's why I imagine a lot of people are racist, right? Not only their environment at home helps with that, but also being part of like the same town and bullying the same one kid that, eventually tells you to put on your pumped up kicks. It creates a lot of problems, man. And so it's good to have a little bit of another Unforgiven, a bloody Unforgiven. So it's more ammo The fire rate is even less? Oh, because I'm holding the master now. I do like having another Unforgiving pop up though. Soon it will be a master. I can feel it in my heart. Oh yeah, I should, next time I respawn again, I should head up Nox with this new master and see how much extra damage I do. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. It's, facing a lot of differences is definitely scary, but it builds, I don't know if character would be the right word, but definitely builds something. You know, and I think that's quite important. You shouldn't knock things. You know, it's the same with that's a transferable way of thinking in many ways to several things, right? In terms of like food, culture, talking to people, learning different perspectives. It's an important skill to have, man. You could do much worse. Let's put it like that. Getting deep, man. We're getting deep. You know, you guys ever? Never mind. The mental imagery that comes to my mind sometimes. It's, you guys ever have the, you know, the oh, the mind flood of I think it's like, you know, not Call of the Void. That's just something different. Intrusive thoughts. I think that's the right word for it. Where you say something and the image immediately appears in your head. For me, it's always fucked up shit that I think it's funny. But then if I bring it up, like, people just say I'm a weirdo, so I just keep it to myself. And I know that's like everybody's experience in a certain way. And again, it goes back to us just not talking about shit, right? Like, I'm saying there's imagine how richer our world would be if we. And again, that's the problem with generalizations, right? Because they immediately, whenever I say shit like that, I'm thinking, oh, and then there's gonna be that guy at work that, you know, brings up his coworkers' fucking, you know, parts into the conversation unprompted, right? Just because they thought about it. So I'm not saying it's always like a good thing. I'm just saying that it's. I'm gonna start like recognizing these weapons, man. So these are cannons. Let me check the guns that I need. So I need a rolling splatter gun. Four corrosive weapons. Introduced in the third DLC. Is it the splat gun that I need as well? Hold. Give me a second. Yeah, so rolling splatter gun and the splat gun. Is there a drop chance for this? Dude, you know something is rare whenever on the wiki, the only picture of that gun that appears is like a picture that someone took of their monitor. It's not even like an official, like, you know, screenshot from the game. Oh my god. Okay. That's a scary, scary notion, a scary thought. Okay, I see what it looks like. It has, so... Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. And then what's the other thing I'm looking for? The splat gun. Splat gun. I'm gonna keep these two open as kind of like an homage. Do they both look the same? They look very similar to one another. I won't lie. Let's keep both of these open here. And now I should be, so now just by looking at the barrel, I should be able to tell what they are. This is part of becoming a Borderlands gamer, folks. This part of recognizing weapons once you see them, seeing the parts that are attached to them. That's one way. So see, this is again. So that's gonna be a cannon, yeah. And this I imagine is like a thunderstorm, yeah. Okay, we're getting there. So as soon as I see the barrel that we're looking for, I'll point it out. But it's ridiculous to me that that this stuff doesn't drop more accurate, more fastly, I guess. One thing that I'll definitely be doing is once we can kill Crawmerax in a more efficient fashion, I'm definitely gonna be farming his ass for some legendaries, I think. The foiler. Oh, oh, no. So this is gonna be like lightning? Yeah, okay. Dude! The think tank has been brained on, brother. This is fun. I like being able to just recognize weapons. Penetrator. Also, you guys want an update on the guns that we're missing? Let's do that real quick. So we are missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're only missing 9 legendaries, and their names are Bastard. Oh, I thought that was a new one there. Oh my god, we're getting so many weapons. Right. So their names are Bastard, Bitch, Fireball, Invader, a pistol, I believe, Mega Cannon, Ogre, Reaper, Stampeding Spatter Gun, and Striker. Those are the weapons that we are currently missing. So if you see them, make sure to point them out for me, because sometimes I might not see them, okay? You yell at the screen, I say, ¿Dónde está el mapa? And you tell me the map is on your backpack, and then we get these legendaries without any issue. Ooh. Who are you? Ah, Guardian. Very nice. And a Thumper. Yes, those are... Oh my god, we are still here. I know. Look, I'm looking for an Unforgiven Master, okay? That's my final goal here. I'm also doing this because I still have a couple of guns, especially the Iridian guns, right? Not getting the Iridian guns. You know what? After this, you've convinced me with that one comment, FanMail97. We're gonna try to do Crawmeraxn't, okay? Just for you. Gemini? Gemini is not one that we need. He's not a gamer. What can I do, man? I'm gambling, okay? If I quit, the weapon that I could have gotten will drop the next time. 80% of gamblers quit whenever they're away from their big break, okay? Unforgiven Master. That's what they called me back in school. Oh no. Oh, no. Oh, I don't want the context. I have sucked off that one before. You are absolutely right. We've sucked this one off before, folks. So this is another thunderstorm. we look at these, folks. Well, yes, we have gotten a new masher. So you know what? I should keep to my promise and go kill Crawmeraxn't. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that right after this run. Okay, we're getting out of the vault. We're getting out of the justice. And is Crawmeraxn't in this map? No, it's in like the opposite side of the DLC, I believe, right? So it's gonna take us a little while to get to. Or am I thinking of the wrong thing? I might be thinking of the wrong thing. I might be thinking of the wrong. Oh, did I? Is that an Unforgiven? No. Where are you? An Equalizer. Did I see that before? It's not an Unforgiven. Pog? Oh man, I'm still not, and again, I'm not much of a Twitch user, right? I'm still not used to seeing the Velociraptor Pog face, and I know it's been around for like 5 years at this point. Oh man. Liquid Onion. Alright, last 5 chests, and then it's Crawmeraxn't time. It's time to die several times in a row. I do want to see what this new weapon does, though. It's woo. It's very. I don't look. I don't have very many high hopes. Okay, you gotta be ready to die many times to the purple crab guy. But I think I'm like as prepped as I can be for it. Because now we have infinite ammo as well with the ammo regen mod that we have. Like, we've gotten some pretty good upgrades. Okay, so we might be able to do a little something. I thought that was a pearl. That would have been pretty good. Having a pearl as well the most common pearl is a shield. And by the way, it scares me because we've been here for what, like a collective 6 hours at this point. And we have not yet gotten. Oh my god, all of these damn reds are popping up out of the woodworks, man. Oh, look, a masher, but it is a 6-bullet masher. We care not for it. Because ammo, not a problem, brother. I don't care about having a large clip, okay? Or mag or whatever. I think Mr. Penguin Zero cleared that one out for us some while ago. Last chest, and then we're going to Crawmeraxville. Okay. Oh, no. It's a Mercurial Blaster. Okay, the 2 barrels is Mercurial Blaster. All right, folks, let's do this. Let's Leroy Jenkins our way out, and go kill Crawmerax, or at least not kill is not the right word. Let's go train. We're about to cue a training montage. Okay. All right. We go backwards. Is this the map? Let's see. Road's End. Death counter when? Like I said, that's next week coming, okay? You need to stop harassing me. It is the previous map, I believe. So, where the heck is the entrance? Like over there? Okay.
Going after the vault? Better arm yourself with the best.
Gonna be how long until we get to a vehicle? Pretty fast. Nope. Oh. Oh, look at this, look at this. Speedrun strats, speedrun strats. Dude, we need to do this whenever we're going over to the damn entrance point. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Oh. Oh my god, this is so much easier, man. We don't have to deal with they fly now. Dude, we've been sleeping on using this part of the fucking map, man. Holy! Getting to Farmery has never been easier with this one simple trick. Doctors absolutely hate him. Puritans definitely hate my ass, dude. They see me using these mods. Woo! They're hating. They're hating every aspect of it. We're almost there. We're almost there. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Come on, come on. New you. New me. New you. Yes, we're saved. We're saved. We can die now. They die now. I'm hitting all my dialogue options again. Okay, so it should be on the map, formerly known as Crimson something. We can't fall off. Can we fall off? Yes. Right, so we go all the way around it. I remember. Moxie also has a quest for us that's been bothering me for a while, so maybe we pick that up as well, just so she doesn't feel the need to yell at me every time. That sounds good to me. Whoa. Oh, you know what? If we do it, we need to do it in playthrough 1 anyway, so I'm kind of trolling by wasting a little bit of time. So, wow, we cannot go this way. There's, if you look at the map, there's a bit of an empty space there. Meaning that if we go that way, we fucking die. Wait, is that? Can I not get to the Mox's thing? So that's just in a different map, brother? How could they do something like that to me? They tease you by showing the other map? Okay, first of all, that's cool. I never noticed that before. You know what? We prove ourselves first, okay? We prove ourselves first. The Deep Fathoms. That's the name. Jump it, coward. That's right. Okay, so we go up here. And we would need to get a car right there, but who needs cars when you can do a little bit of this. We're getting in the territory of danger. I'm the danger, Skylar? Dude, who would win? An entire police force or one bald guy with a science degree? Oh man, that is what I'm saying. These whenever villains intellect max, it's dangerous, brother. It's dangerous. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I wonder if he is harder in playthrough 2. We're about to find out. I don't think he will be. I think he'll still be just level 72. So if we can beat him here, we can beat him fucking anywhere, boys. Yeah. Open says Ami. Oh, you know what just came through my mind? I might be able to put... Wait a second! I might be able to customize the map to be the Crawmerax's lair through the Oasis mod. Because all I need to do is replace its name. Dude! I might be able to just fast travel here. My brain is expanding with each given day, brother. Right, so we want many of these. We also want several of these, because we will be dying several times. So I wish there was a way to put it on like a quick slot or something like that. Do I have a heal button? I doubt that that's a thing in this game, right? Am I crazy? Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. Okay. All right. Let's see how we fare against the big purple guy, huh? I'm getting nervous, boys. I'm getting nervous. Getting very nervous. All right. We need to blow this guy up. Okay? We need to find his exposed locations and decimate them. Okay. First, do one of these. Wow! That's my whole life bar, brother! Okay, hold. Dude. These guys just don't take any damage. Oh, you see that amount of damage? You can still hold on. If it bleeds, it dies. No healing binding, but luckily you got the save button on T. That's goddamn right. And it's such like a console thing. You see that at the bottom? It's so like tacked on at the last minute. Oh, at least like it has a little bit of a chat on the left. I hope that disappears. I don't know why I typed that. There you go. Oh man. Right. What do we have at our disposal here? Trying to think. Maybe I can do a little bit of cheesing and getting it, or getting me on top of a rock or something, maybe? Because he sneezed on me. I got too close, he sneezed on my ass, and I died. So there's definitely something to be said here. Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this? It's all about phrases of affirmation, right? My masher matters. My masher can do this. Guns don't kill people. People kill people with guns. All right, let's try to get on top of this little arch here and see if that helps us any amount. Okay, it's possible, folks. It's possible. Oh, okay. Never seen that before. Okay, I hit him somewhere where it hurts. Okay. Oh, look at him! Okay, we got one. No, 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 no. Okay. I need to aim, brother. I need to aim. Are we doing? It just took a little bit of cheating to do it? I can't aim. Do you need to kill them all? Don't, no, 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 no. Okay. Let me... Show me your arm. We are gonna be eating Christ. Ah!